Hi students, 11th standard accountancy, chapter 13, illustration sum number 13. Consider the following balance sheet. Balances extracted from the books of Jain as on 31st December 2016. Prepare final accounts. Before we are going to prepare the final accounts, we need to identify the given information. Okay. So capital goes to liability side. Debtors is an asset. Creditor goes to liability side. Purchases goes to trading account. Sales also goes to trading account. Income tax goes to liability side. We have the calculation with the capital. Okay, so goes to liability side. Opening stock is an trading account. Office salaries and indirect expenses goes to profit and loss account, debit side. Establishing expenses also goes to debit side of the profit and loss account. Selling expenses goes to debit side of the profit and loss account. Furniture goes to asset side. Cash at bank is an asset side. Miscellaneous receipt is an indirect income, goes to credit side of the profit and loss account. Drawing goes to liability side. We have to make calculation with capital for drawings. Okay. Apart from the inside the box, they have given certain adjustment, that is salaries outstanding for December 2016 amounted 600 rupees. So salary outstanding is a salary means profit and loss account. Okay, so it goes to this adjustment goes to profit and loss account, and outstanding always goes to liability side. It appears on all the given adjustment will be appears on two places on the final accounts, one for profit and loss account and another place is liability side. Provide depreciation on furniture. Depreciation is a loss of the company, so it goes to all the losses is to be placed on debit side of the profit and loss account. So depreciation 10% goes to profit and loss account, and depreciation on furniture is an asset, so depreciation on furniture goes to asset. So these two places is it. Depreciation on furniture goes to profit and loss account and asset. Provide interest on capital for the year 5%. So interest on capital is indirect expenses. Okay, so it goes to debit side of the profit and loss account, and we have a calculation with the capital. Capital is a liability, so interest on capital also goes to liability side. Two places means adjustment for interest on capital placed on profit and loss account and liability side, debit side of the profit and loss account and the liabilities of the balance sheet. Stock on 31st December means closing stock, so it will appear on credit side of the trading account and asset side of the balance sheet. Okay, so as usual before we are going to prepare the trading and final accounts, we need to write a heading and format of the final accounts. The heading is in the books of Jain, trading and profit and loss account for the year ended 31st December 2016, and trading and profit and loss account have two sides, that is debtor and creditors. Both the sides have three columns, that is particulars rupees on both the sides. Okay, let's go for trading account. Debit side of the trading account always started with the opening stock. Okay, as per the rule of the trading account debit side, we always started with the opening stock and ended with the closing stock. Okay, so opening stock 12,000 rupees, we know. Purchases 60,000. Sales and closing stock we have to enter on credit side of the trading account, and the difference is we got 22,000. That 22,000 is the gross profit. So then we have to transfer this gross profit into the credit side of the profit and loss account. Listen, if we get gross loss, we have to enter on debit side of the profit and loss account. If we got gross profit, we have to enter it on credit side of the profit and loss account. Okay, here we got gross profit, so we have to enter credit side of the profit and loss account. And as usual, we know establishment expenses, selling expenses these both expenses is indirect expenses, so we have to enter on debit side of the profit and loss account. And they have given office salary 6,600 rupees. So office expenses 6,600 rupees is the debit side of the profit and loss account. So we entered in inner amount column because we have the adjustment here. Okay, So salaries outstanding on for December 2016 amount 600 rupees. So certain expenses means certain benefits or services outstanding means certain benefits or services are received during the accounting period, but the payment is not made for that services received. Okay, so that is called outstanding expenses. Outstanding salaries always added with salary account. Okay, so 600 rupees we have added with 6600, we will get 7200 rupees. And depreciation on furniture, we have the depreciation. Already I told you depreciation is the loss for the company, so 10% depreciation, all the losses is to be debited on profit and loss account as per the format of the profit and loss account. Depreciation 10% we have to enter on debit side of the profit and loss account. So depreciation, furniture how much rupees? So furniture is 10,000. Okay, so depreciation on furniture 10,000, depreciation 10%. 10% means 10 by 100. This 2 is cancelled. For this 20 we will get 1000 rupees. So this 1000 rupees is the depreciation. Okay, so depreciation 10% we have to enter on debit side of the profit and loss account. With depreciation is the loss for the company. Then interest on capital 5%. They have given here interest on capital 5%. Listen, as a owner of the company can contributed capital 20,000 into his business, right? Okay, so business and owner of the business both are separate entity. So in business point of view, capital 20% is the income for the business point of view. To contributing capital, owner taken 5% interest. So from the business point of view, interest 5% taken by the owner for contributing capital. So it's a indirect expenses for the business point of view. 5% interest taken by the owner to contributing capital, it's a indirect expenses. So indirect expenses is to be entered on debit side of the profit and loss account. So capital how much rupees the owner contributed? 20,000 rupees. So 20,000 rupees capital, 5% interest taken by the owner to contributing capital. 5% means 5 by 100. This 20 is cancelled. For this 20 remaining 200 here too. 2 5s are 10. Remaining 20 is to be here. So 1000 rupees is the interest on drawing. Okay. Then miscellaneous receipts is the indirect income is to be entered on credit side of the profit and loss account. We entered all the respective information related to profit and loss accounts. We have to enter here. We have entered here. Then the differences we have find the differences, that is 6,600 rupees is the net profit. We got 6,600 rupees is the net profit. Okay, so that net profit we have to transfer into the capital account on liability side. Okay, so we prepared trading and profit and loss account. Let's go to balance sheet. Balance sheet always started with liability side. As per the format of the liability side, we always started with capital. Listen, as per the format of the trading account, we always started with opening stock. In the same way, always started with, whenever we started profit and loss account, we always started with gross profit or gross loss. Similarly, as in balance sheet, as per the format, we always liability side, we always started with capital. Capital we always enter inner amount column, because they have given net profit or net loss, some adjustment related to capital. If they given, we have to enter inner amount column. The capital amount, inner amount column 20,000 rupees. We have to add net profit with capital 6,600, and interest on capital 1,000 rupees also we have to add with the capital. We will get 27,600, and drawings and income tax we have to less from the capital. We will get 22,300 rupees. Then creditors office salary outstanding, as usual we entered it on debit liability side of the balance sheet. Then go to asset side, furniture 10,000 rupees, we have to subtract a depreciation 10% from furniture 10,000, we will get 9,000 rupees. Stock in trade means closing stock 14,000, debtors, cash at bank, all the respective amount, respective accounts related to balance sheet we have entered here. Then we have to come to the conclusion. The total of the balance sheet is always equal, okay, must be equal. So we got 33,400 on both liability side and asset side, both are, we got same total. Do you have any doubt? Please comment it on the comment box. Thank you. Take care.